Hi, and welcome to InsideTracks.co.uk. You're watching this because you want to make some cash. Well, I'm going to show you in the next few minutes how to make hundreds of pounds using a simple, legal, tried and tested method. And that's turning free bets that bookies offer into cash. So what is this system? Making money converting free bets to cash. Quite well known. The Guardian reported on it. A chap called Jason Shearer couldn't understand how he could really beat the bookies at no risk, but he followed advice and made considerable sums. So what are free bets? These are the things that online bookies use to try and woo new customers through the door. They're an attractive offer, an introductory offer. It says basically, we'll give you a free bet after you make your first bet. So when you see these offers, it says something like bet £5, get £20 in free bets. That means bet £5 of your own money on their site. And once you've bet it and it's been settled, they will give you £20 in free bets into your account. Very generous. So we want to take advantage of their generosity and make between £240 and £285 using the minimum amount of commitment and effort. Using our unique System 200. System 200 is a simple two-step process for each of our specially chosen online bookies. That we only choose ones which give the correct offers and involve placing a qualifying bet, and then after that, when you've got your free bets, placing the free bet. And for each of these two bets, use horses that we advise. And once you've made those bets, lay off the bet onto an exchange called Betfair. So, as you can tell, this is not a guide for gamblers. This is a guide for people who want to make money out of free bets. So it's got nothing to do really with gambling. It's just using exchanges and using a mathematical methodology whereby we use back bets. So that's the normal bet you'd use with a bookmaker. I want £5 on something to win. That's a back bet. But we also lay a bet. So actually laying a bet or a lay bet is where you say, actually, I want £5 for that event not to happen. So we'll take the example of a coin toss. Basically, you come up heads or tails, generally in equal numbers of times. So if we put money on £5 on heads, say at the even money, which we might get, that is called backing heads. So it's a back bet. Then we put £5 on tails, which is a lay bet, because it's actually the same as saying we don't want heads to win. So that's lay bet. So if we put £5 on heads at evens and £5 on tails at evens, then if it came up heads or tails, we wouldn't lose any money. And you think we're a bit mad and a bit of a waste of time, but this system, which we will use, will fool Corals or any other online bookies into thinking that we've made a qualifying bet. So Corals wants us to place £5 of our own money and risk £5 of our own money, but we're not going to risk it. What we're going to do is we're going to put £5 on a horse with Corals, a back bet at evens, say, and then we're going to place actually a lay bet of £5 on Betfair, also at a similar price or the same price. So if we can get the same price, that's brilliant. So if the horse loses, well, then actually our lay bet, which is the bet which says it's going to lose, wins. So we win £5. So our Betfair account, which we had put £15 in, now becomes an account with £20 in. Our back bet, which was for the horse to win, loses, so it gets nothing. So we have our £20 that we started with, but we also have a £20 free bet because Corals thinks we've done a qualifying bet. Similarly, if the horse wins, our Corals bet wins, we get £10. Our lay bet to say the horse will loses, so we go down to £10. We still have our £20, but we also get £20 of free bets. So by using a laying off process through our Betfair exchange, we have covered all options. We have lost nothing through our qualifying bet, but what we have done, win or lose, the horse wins or lose, we gain £20 in free bets, which is brilliant because we can then do something with those free bets. So for our qualifiers, what do we want? What sort of horses do we want to help us to make sure that we don't lose any money? Well, actually, we want horses that are low priced and that comply with the odds stipulated with the online bookmakers, which is normally 1.5 plus or 2 plus. Low-priced horses are important to us to use because they are generally easier to closely match or even match exactly on Betfair. So we send out every day a list of horses that matches those odds requirements. You can see most of those are 1.5 plus. We've got one in there which is 1.42 because some of the bookmakers allow you to go down to 1.2. So if you chose to back as your horse in a qualifying bet Buster Valentine, you would hopefully find Buster Valentine at 2.2 on your Corals website, and you would find that you could lay it off at 2.2 on your Betfair account. That is what you're trying to do, or as closely as you possibly can. Then you will wind up with hopefully a no-lose bet, but you will wind up with your free bet. So what do we want to do with your free bets? Well, free bets are slightly different because free bets you don't get your stake back as you would if it was your normal money. So for free bets, we want higher priced horses, and we need higher priced horses because this helps us to turn as much of the free bet value into cash because the free bet stake is not returned. So Inside Tracks expertly chooses races where there is a good chance of finding a horse at odds of between 3 and 8, which can be closely matched and therefore laid off on Betfair at a similar odds. So as you can see, we give you the race. There are several horses in that race between those odds, and your job is to choose the horse which you can match closest to your Betfair odds. Once you have chosen your horse, say we've chosen a horse that is at 3.0 on Corals, for instance, and we see that that same horse is being offered at 3.5 on Betfair, and we have a £10 free bet. We put this into the unique stake and return calculator that we have on site, and then that will generate what you should bet on your Betfair account, how much you would need in your Betfair account to cover that lay bet, and that is exactly the amount you will win if the horse wins or loses. So that's your profit, no matter what. So we now, if we had this situation, would have turned that £10 win or lose into £5.71, which is pretty good because you can then take that out and spend it as cash. So how much profit can I make? It depends on whether you have a commission-free deal. We'll talk about that in a minute. And if there are any wagering requirements, which we don't, we choose only those offers which don't have wagering requirements. So normally you should wind up with about £6.50 to £8 from every £10 worth of free bets as cash. That's our normal range we can generally get for you if you follow our instructions. Are there any risks? Well, there are. You can make mistakes. Read the bookies terms and conditions, etc. The conditions include minimum odds, time deadlines, types of bets, etc. But Inside Tracks helps you every step of the way to avoid making any mistakes. You have to try very hard to make mistakes. If you would have to not to follow our advice. Will depositing money with a lot of online bookmakers affect my credit rating? No, it won't. Is the system illegal? Yes, it is, and your cash is tax-free. How much money of my own money will I need? Well, you'll need enough to be able to fund the lay bets, to be able to cover the lay bets in your Betfair account. So initially, we recommend placing £100 in your Betfair account, and you will also need, say, £10 for your first free bet offer. Can I lose money? By following our instructions closely, all our members to date have made money. You would have to do something really daft not to make money out of this system. Is it easy as that? Yes, it is. Basically, we're changing or converting free bets into money, which we can withdraw and use. No, it isn't, because the odds that online bookmakers give are often meaner than Betfair Exchange. So it's not that easy to match odds. But what we do is we choose low odds horses and provide you with those for your qualifying bets. So that's easier to match. And then you use our stake and return calculator on your free bets to make sure that you stake the right amount to get the winnings, win or lose. Betfair charge 5% commission on winnings. Well, don't worry, we can give you a 30-day commission-free offer. All you do is click through from our site and sign up with Betfair, and you'll get that offer. And the other thing you must be prepared to do is to sign up to around a dozen online bookmakers. So be ready with your ID and proof of address before you start. And once you have done the two-step process, withdraw all funds back into your bank account once that process is over. But don't worry, we take you through every step of the process with our system. So what do we do next? Go and sign up for what we call the starter pack, which gives you access to the System 200. It gives you the link for the 30-day commission-free Betfair account. You get the daily newsletter, which provides the horses you need to use for the system. You use our stake and return calculator. You get a step-by-step guide to your first bet, which members report gives them between £17 and £23 profit. And you get access to forums and helplines so that you can make sure you have support. You could sign up for the complete pack, which gives you everything you get in the starter pack. Plus, you get the step-by-step guide, video and written, to constantly vetted and updated free bet sites offering over £350 worth of free bets. And this can be reported to be turned into £225, £270 profit. So a lot of money to be had here. If you already signed up for the starter pack, we'll take that off your complete pack price. That'll only cost you £10. So start small is our suggestion. Start with the starter pack, see how you get on. The profit from the starter pack can then pay for the complete pack, or you can, if you decide to, just take the money. So that is the system. Please have a go. Tell us what you think, and come back, and best of luck.